Hello everyone, today is about to be completely wild and completely different because I'm not even in Florida right now. We're in Charleston. Charleston has been on my travel bucket list for a long time, and I'm finally here. I'm a little upset because I didn't have my camera when we went to our first spot for brunch. It was called, what was it called? Grace and Grit. And it was, without a doubt, one of the best places I've ever eaten at, just in general. That place is amazing. It had the best chicken I've ever had. And we're gonna just go explore Market Street, maybe hit some historical sites, and you know, do it up in Charleston. Charleston just happens to be Holly's favorite city, other than New York. And she used to live here for a little bit. She's kind of showing me around. Actually, it does look like COVID has hit this place a little harder than it has Orlando. A lot of restaurants are closed. Now, a lot of people confuse this place with Old Slave Market. This is not the place where slaves were sold. That is now a museum, actually. So if you're telling people history facts about Charleston, you don't want to tell them that about this place because that's inaccurate. This market spans 4 blocks of downtown Charleston. It's really cool. This video was brought to you by the Southern Candle Company. That's not really, I'm just kidding. They smell really good. You should definitely buy them. Go on their website if they have them. They smell fantastic. These buildings are just like old and awesome. Savannah is like a weird mixture of like Washington DC and like a small town. Yeah. Yeah, this is awesome. It's just a cigar store we went into. They roll all of their cigars in the store. We weren't allowed to film in the store. I don't know if it's because no one was wearing masks in the store or or what the reason was, but I was able to film it. I got one and I'll give you an update on it once I get to smoke it. It was unbelievable. They had everything in these like these big bags, and they like had a desk where the dude like rolled everything out and hand rolled them there. Oh, I actually might break this video up into 2 parts, and if I do, this is the end of part 1. If there's more after this, then you know I didn't break it up into parts. But we're gonna go hit some of Holly's favorite food spots. We're gonna start doing that now. I was telling Johnny how cool I thought it was that everything in this is historic. They didn't get rid of, like, LA gets rid of all the history. They don't landmark anything. So let's say you're opening a Starbucks. You have to follow certain rules set by the Historical Society to make your business fit into it and not mess up the building. That is amazing. I love that they're keeping history going. Stop on our list here. The first one, like I said before, we didn't really get to show you because I forgot the camera at home, is Jack's Cosmic Dog. This place has been on a bunch of TV shows about how great it is. This is Holly's favorite place in Charleston. I love hot dogs, she loves hot dogs. Let's go. Are you excited? Are you excited? What'd you get?
Crypto Pro.
Nice. I got the what was it? The Orbit City Dog. Chili cheese. I'm gonna try some of it, but no onion because I have to wear the mask all day. They have bottled sun drop. I forget I'm in the south. Oh, I miss sun drop so bad. This is really good. Even though I asked for no onions, there's still onions on there, but that doesn't make a difference because it's still really, really good. Solid hot dog. I think this is our final stop for the day. It is another one of Holly's favorite places called Taco Boy. Now, I love Mexican food. It is actually my favorite type of food, and I've heard this place is really good, not just from Holly, but from people in the Facebook group as well, I believe. So I'm excited. Let's go. This is one of the most haunted places, allegedly. I'm a huge skeptic, so when I say haunted, I'm being facetious. Well, I'm not, but I don't believe in it. This is one of the most haunted places in the country, not just Charleston. What is it called, Holly?
Old City Jail.
Old City Jail here in Charleston. I gotta say, it looks creepy, but I think they're doing it that way on purpose. And you can see here, they do a haunted jail tour. You wanna do it? You wanna do it? It does look really creepy, if we're being honest. Off of Franklin Street and Magazine Street. Super creepy looking from the outside. I do say they're kind of hamming it up, because in one of the windows earlier, we drove around the first time, saw a red light on one of the windows. Yep, there it is, see? There's a red light on up there, just to add some extra spookiness. Small jail though. This is a church. What is the church called?
Unitarian Church.
Unitarian Church, another very haunted place. Holly, what's the history of this church?
Let's see. Most graveyard.
It doesn't look that green in person, I do have to say, by the way.
Only the paths of this cemetery are green. So interesting.
Oh.
He didn't send me the whole blurb of it, so.
I don't know, something creepy happened here at some point, and you can see the graveyard back there. That's really cool. I'm gonna get out and get some footage of the graveyard.
Built in 1872 and rebuilt in 1854. This churchyard is supposedly haunted and believed it is by the subject of one Edgar Allan Poe's most famous poems, Annabelle.
Oh, cool.
Annabelle was a woman who lived in Charleston before the Civil War broke out. She fell in love with a sailor. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know the story. I'm gonna go get a better look at
the meet at the cemetery. Then her father's all together and locked her in the room.
So I've said this before, or you said this before, so I filmed it. This is the second oldest church in Charleston. So I'm gonna go get a better look at the cemetery here. It's weird to say that a cemetery is beautiful, but this is really pretty and quiet. Like I said a minute ago, I don't believe in ghosts. I'm very skeptical when it comes to that stuff. Holly believes in it wholly. I do not. I think it's nonsense, but it's creepy. Either way.
Vegetarians do not believe in disturbing the people that are buried here, so they only groom the pathways. And among the overgrown vines and greenery, you said to walk the lane in light. The best description is from the ghosts on the tour. They put it this way: there's a woman in a wedding dress standing behind you while you were speaking, and this has happened several dozen times.
Wild. The jail and the church are a block or two away from each other. They're not far at all, so if you ever come out here, you can see both of them in about 40 seconds. Another haunted house here. Stevens Lather House, built in 1843. Home of Samuel Mary Stevens in 1870. Colonel Richard Lathers bought the home and had architect John Henry Devereux make major alterations in the Second Empire style. There was a pro-slavery unionist who worked in New York before the Civil War, hoping to promote sectional reconciliation. He hosted joint gatherings of prominent white Southerners and Northerners here before selling the house in 1847. Continued on the other side. April 21st, a group of citizens gathered here under the leadership of Susan Pringle Frost, Society for Preservation of Old Dwellings, the first locally. Very, very cool. And the house is just stunning. And no one lives here, by the way. It's like an Airbnb, so I'm not like out front of someone's house. I clarified that because I didn't want anyone being like, you should be looking at someone's house. No one lives there, it's an Airbnb. And there's no one there right now. What was the name of the building again?
Old Exchange.
This is the Old Exchange building. And there's a dungeon in there called the Provost Dungeon. So it's the next day, and this spot this morning is a place that I wanted to go to because we had one of these in North Carolina, a small local donut chain called the Fractured Prune, and they disappeared without a trace many years ago when I still lived in North Carolina. But there's one in Charleston, and I love these things. They're hot hand-built donuts, and basically it's a create your own donut. You get whatever glaze you want, and then the toppings, I like the banana glaze with chocolate chips, and they also have an apple cider donut that I'm gonna try. So let's go. So here's what I made. I did some custom donuts. Top left, we have the apple cider donut. Top right is chocolate with graham cracker. Bottom left is strawberry with chocolate chips and mini chocolate chips. And then the bottom right is mint glaze with chocolate chips. Yeah. Made it to the mountains, and it is cold. I don't know how cold it is exactly, but if I had to guess, I'd say it's around 30. It's very cold, but this is absolutely beautiful. There's a little river down here you can walk to. I'm gonna go walk down to the river.